wherever you guys are, or afternoon or evening. I'm actually going to take a break real quick from working, and I'm going to make me something to eat because I don't even remember what I had to eat yesterday. Yesterday, I think I just pretty much fast until like right before bed. I know this is real bad, but I wanted some popcorn. So I made some popcorn because y'all know I'm on this cleanse, this 30-day cleanse. And um I made some popcorn, put a little seasoning on it, and then I had put jalapenos in it because I love popcorn with jalapenos. So I did that. Um yeah, I had did that. So that's what I did. And then I had some lunch meat and like a thing of cheese, and that was it. That's all I had. I can't remember anything else I ate for that day. Oh, I had some applesauce. I love applesauce. That's like one of the things that works on like my childhood um inner child is that. Okay, I was a part of this review. Anyways, so y'all know on my cleanse I'm supposed to be no sugar, no I really should be specific, no artificial sugar. So obviously I could have applesauce, I could have like fruits, but like my main vice is like candy, cupcakes, juice. Those are my main things. So I maybe need to refine my cleanse um instructions. I probably should, because that's not being 100% truthful if I'm not being clear with that. Also too, um no sugar. No sugar. I mean no chips. So yesterday I had my tea because y'all know I like my tea. I like my green tea. So my green tea, I normally put honey in it, lemon slice, like a real lemon slice, and then cinnamon. It's a real good fat burner. It tastes good. It's just really good. So what the hell else is being said to me? Anyways, so yesterday, first of all, yesterday, story time, quick story time. I dropped this dropped everywhere. I'm so glad it didn't get on my computer. It got a little bit on my keyboard, a little bit on my mouse, but it got like on half of my desk, half of my computer chair. But it has the honey in there. So I was like, maybe that's just God saying you not stepping into your true potential, your true power. You over here saying you want to do this, but you're doing something else. And I'm gonna correct you, my child. So I'm gonna allow this tea to spill over. So I decided I just was gonna cut the honey too, because listen, I'm just gonna cut the honey too, cut it, and that's just what it's gonna be. It ain't the best tasting, but it is in its natural, purest state. And honestly, I think it's going to be more beneficial for me in the long run. Another thing is I started taking my vitamins. So I take my sea moss. I do need to get, oh, that's making me realize I need to actually get some. I need to get some elderberry. I need to get some elderberry, but I bought some digestive enzymes. I bought some of those for gut health because I have issues. I don't know what it is with my family. I swear it's like some people it's automatic, but me, I used to be way lighter than what I am now, way skinnier than what. Well, I ain't even skinny now. I'm gonna be honest. If we be honest, I'm a thick snicker right now, But my body frame is not built to be this size. So, um, anyways, I need to work on my gut health because the tea helps with it, but also too, I saw it on TikTok, digestive enzymes. I did a little bit of research. I was like, oh, okay, let me add this to, my sea moss. So I'm going to be taking that. I'm going to also be taking I need to purchase some elderberry. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Just getting my body right, getting my mind right, my spirit right, and being okay. Today, I allowed spirit to run through me. I literally said everything I wanted off of my chest when it came to me having like my personal goal meeting with my boss. Um, I just said everything that I wanted to say. If there's going to be consequences, there's going to be consequences. God is going to provide for me to get out of any environment or get away from any person or persons that does not suit me, does not feel right, and everything of that manner. And yeah. So we just gonna go. We just gonna go with that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna actually. I need to wait for. Okay, this could go down. I had to charge my laptop because I need to finish this training today so I can start working my other job. I want to finish it today. That is the goal. I have to finish my training today for my second job so I can start working. Because I need to really be hustling right now. Where is my... Oh, I guess we're going to do that. So what am I going to eat today? Today... This could go in the trash. These aren't good anymore. Wait, they might be good. I don't know. I need to look at them. No, they not. They got fungi growing. I definitely need to get up early tomorrow to... Dang, is this zucchini okay? Because I could make some zucchini little, I don't know. Does that mean it's starting to go bad? I mean, it ain't got no mold on it or nothing. Let me see. I'm gonna make these today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make me these today. And that's what I'm gonna do. This one kind of look a little funny. This one look like it's going bad. I don't know if I should eat this one. I don't know though. I'm not gonna eat that one. So I'm gonna make me a little fried situation there. To be honest, I don't really have a lot of food to me because I need to go grocery shopping. I want to make some sausage. I want to make some eggs. Do I have that on my thing? I have eggs on there. I need veggies. I need to buy it. Shit. I need to buy a case of water. have fish. I can make me some catfish. I'm gonna have to go to 2 stores because I want trash bags. Once I get out of those, I think I only have one of those, so trash bags. Gallon water. Hi, how are you? A gallon of water. I need Italian tomatoes. I also need, well, we got tomato paste there. You know what? I could make some fettuccine alfredo. Make me a little thing of fettuccine alfredo. Ew, no, I can't. This is from 2023. Why is that in my cabinet? I don't really be looking on my cans. Well, we're going to get some Alfredo sauce. Because I could do a Alfredo. Oh, man. Over there. Fettuccine too? Okay, that's fettuccine. All right. Fettuccine. I need some broccoli. Broccoli. What is this? Oh, I do got some right here. Well, we're gonna get some more. I ain't got no shrimps in here. I know you motherfucking lying. I need a thing of shrimp. I'm not gonna eat these. They should be frostbitten already. I had made some peanut butter frozen. They're still good, but I don't like the taste of freezer. I do need a thing of shrimp. Oh, I have sausage in here. Shrimp. I do want to get some apple juice, but I can't drink it right now. Spaghetti sauce. I could do some beans. More than beans. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I got the ham. Is this still good? Because it's been in my cabinet for a minute. I don't want that in my cabinet. I'll trash that too. I need to get some more jalapenos. Jalapenos. Oh, I forgot. I do got water all the way back there. I need to get those. I need to get the chair. Shit. Because they've been up there for a minute. My laptop. Shit. Major thing. Good thing for a case. I have a case on my laptop. God, I done dropped this MacBook several times. Praise God. It was protected. I do need to buy another case, because see, I cracked it. Anyways, I need to get this water from here. The top. Oh, I have a soda up here. Put that in my thing. Ooh, I got a whole bunch of water up here. Well, it makes me happy. And I have a whole bunch of water up here. What is this? This one looked like it was leaking. I'm gonna get that to my plants. Or maybe it was just doing that because it's been up there for so long. It's not open. So that means these bottles are not 100% secure. Y'all see how much water is missing? This water been up there a cool minute. Best is used by November 24th, 26th, but it does. Look at that. And it's not just that bottle. It's this one. It's this one too. And this is the Walmart brand. Crystal Geyser been up there too. Look, it's still like at the top. Sell by one. Is it 31.25? Look. So I think it's, to be honest, I think the Crystal Geyser water is safer than the Walmart water. You gonna pay some more money for that, but hey, look at God. You know, God made a way for me to have some dang water. And I found a soda up there, but I can't drink it because I'm on a cleanse. So let me put my cranberry mango back up there. Can't drink you, baby. put this soda in the fridge. Can't drink it either, but woo, when I get off this cleanse, I can't wait to drink it. Okay, so we're gonna do some eggs. We're just gonna do 2 eggs. I'm gonna do scrambled eggs too. Hopefully that don't fall on the floor. Where is my other? Oh, it's over here. This is the strong one. Okay. Please keep in mind, yes, I do work from home, but I'm taking a break because when I work, I don't be taking my lunch. I don't take a lunch. I don't really be taking my breaks like that. Like when I come on here, most of the time I be sitting over there at my work site, which is my desk area. So I be over there. So y'all worrying about cheating the system. I don't cheat the system, and plus I make up my hours if I don't do it. And my boss is pretty cool too. I really appreciate her, for real. She's dope. I'm over it. I'm going to make these scrambled eggs. Yeah, we're going to do these beans. So I need to soak these. Definitely need an onion. Got the bay leaves. Should I put a little bit of bay? No, we're going to do ham. We're not going to do the... We're going to do the honey ham. Okay. So, I need this because I'm going to crack the eggs. Crack the eggs. I love y'all. I wish I could find one of these that isn't super expensive too. Like I want like to grind cracked pepper. Cause this is just ground. I want like the flakes, so I want the flakes. The flakes. Alright. What's your sign, Midnight? Buddy boy. What you want, buddy boy? One for eggs, one for sausage. We are going to mix these eggs up. Mix these eggs up. Shit. It's okay, bleach will make that come on. Yeah. Mix these up, but I am not want to put the eggs on first, because if you put the eggs on first, then it's going to be cold. This is summer sausage. I'm about to fry me some summer sausage. And call it a day. You know, believing in God and trusting in God, God will provide a way for you in whatever you're struggling in. God will open your eyes. You know, all you got to do is ask God, you know, for guidance. And you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Oftentimes we like to run away from signs and not believe in, you know, what is presented in front of us or what it is. And, yeah, just call it a day. But in reality, sometimes we don't want to listen. We want to run away. We don't want to, hey, how are you? We don't want to respect, you know, what God puts in front of us. And sometimes we try to hold on to things that have an expiration date. And because we keep holding on to things that don't bring value to our life, it blocks us. It blocks us and prevents us from obtaining your blessing. As difficult as it may be, hi, how are you? As difficult as it may be, sometimes you just gotta suck it up, whatever it is, and do what you need to do. Not everything that God gives you is supposed to be easy. But you also need to have the discernment of what does this do for me? Why am I going through this? You know, you have to sit with that. And sometimes when we go through things, we so quick to blame God, but we don't take ownership in the part that we play, you know, in the part that we embark on. So I want to break that cycle. I really do. I want to break that cycle. I want to be a better person. I want to attract people in my life that is of value. And really care about me. Because anybody could say they care about you. I already know what I want to do after I do this cleanse. I already know what I want to do. Like the next cleanse that I do. Poo poo. You want a little bit of snacky snack? Dang, I only got fettuccine. I thought I had rice. Lord knows. I be struggling, man. I know how to cook, but when it come to rice, it be a 50-50 chance. It's either gonna be regular, it's gonna be okay, or it's gonna turn out to be sticky rice. I don't know why I can't get rice right. Midnight, I love you, brother. You're a blessing in my life, baby. Let me tell you something. This cleanse, baby. When I tell you I be going through withdrawals, that's an understatement. What happened to the... Oh, it's over here. I was like, where's my stick of butter at? Oop. I almost dropped the dang butter on the thing. Now we're gonna put the eggs in here. Dang, actually, because I wanted to eat some pineapple. I need a big plate. Yeah, you could get some. I mean, just a little bit, because I didn't make a lot. These scrambled eggs are done. So I only did 2 eggs and some summer sausage. Sorry. Yeah, I have to do some summer sausage for myself. Because yesterday I didn't really eat. Oop, God damn it. I didn't really eat yesterday. I had a little snacky snack, but like a real meal, I didn't really have a real meal yesterday at all. So we're gonna take some, man, I don't know if I wanna put it, I'm gonna put it on the same plate. Some pineapple. I think I'm gonna take like 2 pieces. If I want some more, then I will have some more. But I'm just gonna have 2. But getting my glass water. This 1 bottle of water makes this jug of water. Actually, I I'm gonna leave this over here. I am gonna use it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put a little bit of tahini on a pineapple. Who am I lying? I'm not gonna put, it ain't a little, I put a lot. And then now what we about to do, we about to go back to work. We about to go back to work. Okay. So I have this. I'm gonna bring my other laptop because I'm gonna finish, my goal is to finish this last training at my other job I was hired to. They probably think I'm playing around. So I could start working and making this mouillon. Because now, shit, why am I computer like that? Now since I'm single, unfortunately, but hey, I'm not gonna question God. Hey, Kinks. Now I can really just focus on what I need to do. But that's a good combination. Eggs and pineapple. Let me find out I didn't create a weird concoction. All right, guys. I will see you guys later. Hi, Kinks. I appreciate you. Where have you been, Kinks? Where have you been? I might give me some more pineapple. Yeah, buddy. Woo! You've been kind of busy. Busy is good. Busy is always good. That's mean you're focused, you minding your business, you doing what you need to do.
Number 4, say things in a positive way. How do you feel when someone says, "Don't do that"? No matter what the person is trying to say, you are likely to feel embarrassment, resentment, or frustration. Yet, people with dementia sometimes need our help in order to know what to do or how to do it. So, we need to learn how to give them the help they need without saying it in a negative way. No or don't need to be removed from our vocabulary. Let's practice. Next to each statement below, enter in the blank what you could say instead, and then click the check answer button.
Do y'all have any recommendations for any oh, you know what? I could text her on here. I was like, dang. That's the good thing about having a Mac. Oh wow. How is your daughter doing?
Using positive statements such as, let's stay inside, and you'll really like the food on your own plate will become second nature with practice. Key number 6. Treat each person with courtesy, respect, and dignity.
Mm,
While people with
yes.
eventually lose the
I have seen the next season of Squid Games. I binge watched it.
and should be
It was good.
as
I
such.
liked it.
It is
Did
not
you like it?
acceptable to scold, shame, or embarrass them. It's important to be courteous. At the dinner table, for example, show courtesy to the person by including them.
Child, I'm doing 3 things at once. This is crazy. I am a surreal
Likewise, talking
multitasker. Let me tell you something.
messages while caring for the person is disrespectful. Ask permission before you do something that includes them. May I move your chair? Or may I take your plate? And apologize if you have done something that causes them distress.
Mm, mm, mm. Buddy, let me tell you something. You cried at the end. Why? Why you cry at the end? I think it was fucked up that the game man, he was playing him the whole time, acting like he was his friend. I want to know why you cried.
Key number 7. Focus on the person's strengths. It's easy to focus on the challenges or difficulties experienced by the person living with dementia. But even as their abilities decline, they still have some remaining abilities. These remaining abilities are called strengths. It's important to focus on strengths because this will help the person feel better about themselves. And when a person feels better about themselves, their quality of life is better. Which of these statements is positive and focuses on the person's strengths? Select the best answer in each practice, thinking about a person's strengths, what they can do instead of what they can't do, becomes easier and easier. To develop this habit, when sharing information about a person with others on the team, focus on the person's strengths.
Yeah, that was his best friend. I forgot that was his best friend. Thank you for reminding me. That was messed up. Hi, you're from Australia? Welcome. Mm. Because he lost so much, you know what I'm saying? And then to have those people like willing to go to war to get out of there, when I just honestly feel like if people want to leave, they should leave. I don't think the majority of them should have voted, because that's not fair, because essentially you guys are being greedy. I mean, there's a lot of hidden messages in Squid Games. Squid Games is basically saying like if you put money in people's face, they will do what they will do. If their back is against the wall and there's money and they could have, an unlimited amount, whatever, beyond their dreams of what they could have never even imagined, that they are willing to put themselves in circumstances. That kind of is, in society now, if we really think about it. A lot of people be complaining about how, things are expensive. There's not a lot of opportunities, right? Or the wages just isn't adding up with the increase of, everything across the board is high right now in the US. So, but, if the elite will put that together, they will do whatever they want. So it's kind of sad, people will sacrifice people for their own benefit. And where you think about that, you could apply that in a lot of settings, like even with like the racism here in the United States, based off of Squid Games, how they gave them the option on season 2. If the majority votes to leave, then y'all leave, and then whatever money y'all make, y'all could go y'all way. And then, the people, it outweighed the other team. The people that wanted to leave had to stay because these people was being greedy. That goes back, that's kind of like reflection on United States history, how they have traumatized blacks, African Americans in the United States off the benefit. Think about it, like slavery time. Think about it honestly. Slavery time, a lot of slave masters, white slave masters, they had slaves. It benefited that group of people. The majority of them, because they had guns, because it wasn't in the numbers. The Africans that were here, that was bought here in the United States, weighed more than what the white Americans were. But the simple fact is they were bought to a foreign land, out of their environment, out of their comfort zone. And think about Squid Games, then people was bought onto that island out of the environment, out of their comfort zone, so they don't really know how it operates. Then on top of that too, you put in the simple fact that they had weapons, they had guns. Those people didn't have weapons or guns. And that's parallel to African Americans, Africans that was bought here. And we can even break it down even to Native Americans too. They didn't have no guns. Then people came on the boats, came onto the land, stole, raped, all of that, took all their land and everything, and was powing them and bringing diseases and stuff. You know, there's a lot of hidden messages in Squid Games. Mine is just, it's a good show if you want to see people unalived in real Korean games. So there's a lot of deep messaging in there, and I think it's going over people's heads that and then also too, the people, like, what do they call them? The people that's rich, of the reason why they have the games in the first place, that give all the money and stuff like that. Think about it. The top elite here in the United States, they be really controlling all of America. You could have the president, you could have the cabinets, all of that. But at the end of the day, what them top percent be saying, that's really what matters. And that's what tips the needle this way or that way, and how a lot of things operate here in the United States. So that also is too kind of, mirroring how the United States government works too. So It's a lot of messages. I don't know if y'all really really deciphered it and just, was watching it for entertainment. I was watching it for, oh, there's a lot of deep messaging. The writers here really, they really did their numbers. Now, I don't know how it is in their country, right? In his country, on like the corruption and things that have happened to marginalized groups or whatever. So it could very well apply to the country that it's based off of. But I saw a lot of like United States history too being portrayed through these Squid Games. So I don't know. You just gotta like really read into it. That's just where my head goes when I watch stuff. Cause I'm a big movie head and TV show head. I really be analyzing things and like, oh, this is similar to what has happened here. Like that's how I look at things. So my critical thinking is out of this world. Okay. I would cry too if my best friend died because, child, if we be honest, that's my only real friend. Ideas work well when I'm not given an immediate option. The world could work if the game wasn't rigged inside and out. And the Africans that held slaves were better. No. See, that is so annoying. People that are my real subscribers have been in here. We have talked about African history. We've talked about African American history because it's several different histories. We've talked about Native American history. We talked about Chinese history. We talked about people of color history in my lives. Why is it every time I want to talk about my people, y'all always want to bring up the fact, well, your people was slave masters too. Your people was selling off they villagers too. It don't matter who was selling who at the end of the day. At the end of the day, anybody selling anybody is wrong, but you cannot compare a small number of tribal leaders. And really, I'm not going to get into this because y'all know how I feel about African American history, child. Having a mother that was an African American professor, child, and an educator, please, I don't want to go there. So what I'm saying is, so you really going to compare villagers? See, a lot of people, and I don't like people that try to tell people about Black people history and you're not even Black. For one, 9 times out of 10, your history is distorted. It is no secret that Africans were selling off their people, but you need to realize what the contents of why they were selling off their people. There's several things. One, I ain't gonna go into too detail. I'm just gonna say this point and move on. And I'm not gonna argue with nobody. If you have an issue with it, you could get out or I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna just say this, okay? And y'all need to do your own research. So, what a lot of tribe leaders would do is if they have someone in their village, let's just say they were a criminal, whatever, they will be selling those people off. Because why? You're not contributing to that tribe. You're terrorizing people. So those were people that were sold off. Secondly, on top of that, these tribes, different tribes, what they will do is they will trade off their people, right? They will trade off their people for a certain amount of time to go to a certain village to gain a skill. So let's say that I had a blacksmith in my tribe, right? The tribe over down the river, over the mountain, whatever, they don't have a blacksmith. But we need someone that could farm. Shoot, I don't know. No, let's not say we need a farmer. Let's say we need a seamstress. Our seamstress passed away. So we need a new seamstress because she didn't finish training whoever she needed to. So they would trade that blacksmith for a certain amount of time so they could train people over in their tribe. They gain that skill, that person will come back. So some of the people, I'm not going to say all, but some of the tribe leaders, they did have alternative motives. It was like they did work hand in hand with the Europeans, the Spaniards, all of that. Okay. But the majority of them thought that they were trading them off for a certain amount of time. And there's history to back it up. In fact, to back it up, that they will bring that person back, and they never came back. And then it got to a point where the Europeans, And all these other groups, non-melanated people, came over, and then they started taking advantage and rampage and really started stealing people. I mean, stealing people. Because that's the whole thing. Like, how slavery works and infiltration and spying, you send somebody over there to gain the trust, you gain the knowledge, you learn the inner works, and then you come back and you strike and you take what you want. That is European history. And it's not just it didn't just happen to black people. It happened to Chinese were slaves too. They do not like to talk about that part, that they were slaves here. They were bought here in the United States and they were building the railroads. They don't like talking about that. What about the Japanese? Are we gonna forget how the United States had them in concentration camps? What about Native Americans? You came here, stole the people land, raped the land, bought diseases, all of that. We're not gonna talk about that. But why is it when I want to talk about black people, or I make a comment about black people, it's always like, well, they did this. No, because at the end of the day, it does not matter if they did it or not. Their own tribe did it or not. The simple fact is they did not create a system that still is impactful still to this day. They are not in positions of power at all. They're not in positions of power. So all of that is irrelevant. I hate when people bring that up. They did this. Okay, well, why is it okay if we still haven't got our reparations? We haven't got our 40 acres and a mule. We literally, what was it, last year? We just got I don't know if it was last year, 2024 or 2023, when Biden passed the anti-lynching law. There's still states that was still lynching people. It wasn't illegal. So we don't let's not get into that, like all the semantics of it. Y'all need to, if people want to be allies and you want to understand, you need to stop listening to refute. You need to listen to understand. There's a difference. There is a big difference. Listen to understand. And I went on a whole rant about this, and I made the live private because I was like, okay, I'm gonna make memberships so we could talk about that. But I think I'm going to make it unprivate because we talked about that. We had a whole thing about it. Like, in order for things to really be right and for black people to feel like they have a fighting chance and that they do actually have rights, because let's be clear, we may be freer than what our ancestors are, but we are not really free, because at the end of the day, we know if we're a black person, if a cop pull us over, we really got to bat our T's and I's, because we could get pow-powed and really it's no justice for us. We got to tell our babies, be in certain environments to act a certain way. That's not freedom. That is not freedom. And when you look at the statistics of people that's in prison and for the offenses that they're in prison for, who is it? And if we want to talk about the prison system too, the prison system honestly is modern day slavery, if you ask me, because they got all these major corporations. They're benefiting off the fact that they have workers in the prisons making not even minimum wage. And who's the primary people that's in there? It's the Latinos and it's the black people that's in there. And when you look at the offenses, it's for nonviolent offenses. Why are people in jail for 20 or 30 something years for some marijuana? That's crazy. That's crazy. And especially in a lot of states now, it's legal. Y'all need to be releasing those people. Why is it when something happens on the news, they always want to label black people thugs? But the school shootings, the people that's doing the school shootings and stuff, y'all don't want to show the picture. When it's a crime, when it's a black person, you calling them thugs online. You're saying ignorant comments. There's all different kinds of like systematic racism that still exists. The black people are not 100% free. We know, even when we're in a uncomfortable environment, if we go in a predominantly white area, and this is sad, and this is not to offend anyone whatsoever, this is just the reality of being a black person. Like me right now, I'm from California, which is Southern California, which is a very diverse state in general, but there are pockets where it's not diverse. But me coming here to Oregon, It's predominantly white population. It's a very small percentage of minorities here. I have to be peep out my environment to know if I'm safe or not. That is not freedom. That's not freedom in my eyes. Freedom to me is not having to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about my safety. I don't have to worry about being discriminated against. I don't need to worry about being harmed. I don't need to worry about I need to be 10 times as better than my counterparts. It's equal. Everybody is treated equal. It's an equal playing field. Black people don't have that privilege. We also know too when we walk into corporate America, or we walk into government or any types of position of power, we also know too there is a certain level of tolerance in those environments. Why? When we speak up and we advocate for things, we're labeled as angry or aggressive. But you could talk about your transgressions and it's not viewed that way. So in order for America to make it right with blacks or African Americans, you have to talk about the history. You got to stop repeating it and you got to dismantle everything. My opinion, my personal opinion, I think at this point, we're too far gone on the Constitution. We're too far gone on a lot of policies that are in play. Every system needs to be dismantled and rebuilt back up. And I don't think everything should happen at once. Things take time. But that's the only way things is going to be fair. So that's how I feel about it. But I ain't going to keep going on and 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 on about it. That's how I feel. And I am going to remove this person out of my life. Thank you. Because I felt like it was ignorant and I wasn't going to read that and get upset. So, that's how I personally feel. Like me being a black woman, I know there's limitations. I know there's limitations on me being a black woman, and it's crazy because how I feel is not valued the same way as my counterparts feel. And to be honest, I'm feeling that way right now in my current job. It will be 100% honest. So, but yeah, I encourage everyone that is not, that wants to be an ally, that really wants to understand, is to really read real history. Really go to black organizations that maintain our history so you can learn. And I get it. It's uncomfortable, that you realize, or maybe you come from a bloodline that was a suppressor. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to feel good. But still to this day, black people don't feel good, So, I mean, in order for that wound to heal, you have to identify what it is and you have to learn from it and not make that same mistake. And you got to provide opportunities that are fair, that you're not going to backstab the people want. And you got to allow them to really thrive and help them cultivate an environment that's healthy. That's the only way you're going to move forward. So that's how I feel. I said what I said. Anyways. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and get off here and focus. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I will see you guys a little later tonight, okay? To do the 30-day cleanse. I'll see you guys tonight and we'll talk about that. But yeah. Bye, babies.